taking New York, the British continued to pursue the American army. They kind of wanted to shore up that area and really create that split between the northern colonies of the Boston area and the capital in Philadelphia. So they continue to push and secure that. They push George Washington back. They battle. George Washington has to retreat and pull back. All the way across New Jersey, the British continue to take city after city after city and gain more strongholds there. They push, eventually they push George Washington all the way into Philadelphia. He has to cross the Delaware River into Philadelphia. He's lost New Jersey now too. Now, this was a really dark time of the war because things look bad. The American army is just getting beat up and pushed. Winter's coming on. By this time it's December of 1776. And winter's starting to set in. Now the British decide to kind of take it easy. They've been beating up the American army, so they think, oh, this is a great time for us to just relax. We don't need to push ourselves in the winter. Winter's too hard. In fact, General Howe actually leaves and goes back to England. Oh, sorry, I sneezed. I'm back. General Howell of the British troops, he leaves, goes back to England. But George Washington, this is a dark time. It's starting to get cold. Many people have deserted. He knows that coming up soon, many of the contracts with many of the soldiers are going to expire. He doesn't think he's going to get them back necessarily because things are not going well. So George Washington decides he better move. He better take some action. And this is the famous crossing of the Delaware moment for George Washington. He decides to do a sneak attack on the British while they're kind of sitting back and relaxing for the winter. So he decides to do it on Christmas Day. Christmas Day, he takes his troops and he decides to go over and attack the Hessian army that's on the other side of the Delaware. Now it is cold, it is winter time, there's big chunks of ice flowing in the river, but he still makes it across. And it doesn't look good because he's getting there slowly. He wants to get over before the sun rises. He needs this to be a surprise attack if it's going to work. Well, whatever happened with the British Army, they just were not really ready. A storm comes, it's hard, and they actually are able to take this camp of Hessian troops that were on the British side and have them surrender. So the first move is good. They take over this Hessian camp. They also take Trenton. They also take Princeton at this time. So a couple sneak attacks here right at the end of December when things were looking really bad give a little bit of a morale boost to the troops. If you've seen that famous painting of the crossing of the Delaware, this is when that happened. Christmas Day 1776, sneak attack, little bit of a boost on a time that is hard and dark. Things are not going to necessarily get better for the Americans right away. They still have the next winter to go through at Valley Forge. But they get a little bit of a boost here, and hard times are still coming up for the American troops.